Institute of Technology Kharagpur for the academic session 2017-2018.
Parush, first of all, I would like to request you that you are speaking on a microphone, so please don't shout. And secondly, why did you mention your name in your introduction?
Sir, according to me, my name is the most integral part of my introduction. It describes more about me. That is why I mentioned my name in my introduction.
You will proceed with that.
The General Secretary, Sports and Games, Technology Students Gymkhana, is the representative of the students in all the activities concerning sports and games. He has to work for the overall welfare and development of the sporting culture at IIT Kharagpur. Sports has always been an integral part of my life. Having started playing tennis at the age of 11. I was the captain of the team representing my school at the district level tennis tournament for 3 consecutive years. During my class 9th, I secured gold medal in the district level tennis tournament, thus representing Ahmednagar district at the state level tennis tournament. I continued my passion towards sports after coming to IIT Kharagpur. During my first year, I secured a bronze medal in the freshers tournament. I was also a playing member of gold-winning inter-all lawn tennis team of Lal Bahadur Shastri Hall of Residence. I was also selected in the inter-IIT lawn tennis probable team representing IIT Kharagpur at the 51st inter-IIT sports meet at IIT Kanpur, where we secured 4th position. Apart from my sports achievements, I managed to maintain an excellent academic record. I am currently the Secretary Lawn Tennis Subcommittee, Technology Students Gymkhana, under which I manage a budget of Rs 2,97,000. So far in my tenure as Secretary Lawn Tennis Subcommittee, I took various initiatives for increasing the participation and enthusiasm of players in tennis. This includes the Ladders tournament, which was conducted for the first time in the history of tennis at IIT Kharagpur. This tournament mainly focused on maintaining the spirit and competition between the inter-IIT probable players and other regular practicing players. I was also the joint organizing secretary of the 4th edition of Kharagpur Open, which witnessed an outstanding participation of 121 participants from 12 different clubs, colleges and universities. Kharagpur Open is the annual inter-district event which is associated with Bengal Tennis Association. In order to enhance the participation of women in tennis at IIT Kharagpur, I conducted a tennis workshop which witnessed the participation of 28 students. The success of the event and the enthusiasm of the participants has led to regular coaching sessions by the sports officer of tennis. Apart from my sports, I have been associated with other genres of extracurricular activities, which includes my participation in Open IIT Dramatics and Inter-All Hindi Dramatics for Meghnad Saha Hall of Residence. I was also a part of bronze-winning Inter-All Illumination team of Meghnad Saha Hall of Residence. Along with this diversified involvement, I managed to maintain a decent CGPA of 8.27. This semester, I conducted a recreational sports event in Meghnad Saha Hall of Residence named Maitri. We had 2 games under Maitri, namely Gully Cricket and Soccer Punch, which witnessed an outstanding participation of 648 students. This includes the participation of 140 postgraduate students. The main reason behind this initiative was to reduce the stress level among students by bringing back their nostalgic childhood memories. I believe that my interest and my involvement in these activities has given me an invaluable experience and inculcated in me the leadership qualities, management skills, and ability to work with the team. I'm confident that if elected as General Secretary Sports and Games, I will be able to utilize this experience and work for the upliftment of the sporting culture at Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur.
Parush, you said some light on the initiative Ladders tournament that you conducted this time.
This semester, I conducted a Ladders tournament that was conducted for the first time in the history of tennis at IIT Kharagpur. I took the registrations from all the players and they were given standings according to their performance in the Open IIT tournament. Challenge matches were held every weekend and seedings were changed accordingly. This was an initiative which was taken by me and would be continued by all the upcoming secretaries of Lawn Tennis Subcommittee.
Parush, you said that you were looking after the organizing of event match 3. So I was a member of the finalist team which won the Soccer Punch, and I never saw you anywhere around the registration desk before the closing ceremony. So where were you during the entire tournament?
No sir, please correct your facts. I was there at the registration desk and I was present there. I have all the records of the tournament.
I said I was the finalist of that team, of the winning team, and I never saw you apart from the fact that you came to hand over the cash prize to the winning team. Other than that, I never saw you during the entire tournament. So where were you?
So I was present near the desk where the entries were being taken. Also apart from that, I also took a video of the finalist team in which you were also present.
That was after the prize ceremony. That was after the prize ceremony.
Parush, what do you mean by the sporting culture of IIT Kharagpur?
IIT Kharagpur has a unique and traditional sporting culture which is very different from other institutes across the country. The sporting culture of IIT Kharagpur involves various events which are conducted by the Technology Students Gymkhana throughout the year, which includes the Inter-IIT tournaments, the Inter-IIT practice sessions, Open IIT tournament, NSO trials, inter-all events and various workshops and competitions that are being conducted by the Sports and Games Committee of Technology Students Gymkhana. If elected as General Secretary Sports and Games, I would ensure that there is maximum participation in these events, as the main motive of these events is to involve more and more students of IIT Kharagpur in sports.
If you want to introduce a new sport or game in the inter-all GC, what is the actual procedure?
Sir, in order to introduce a new sports in inter-all GC, first of all, I totally encourage these type of enthusiasm from the players of IIT Kharagpur. If elected as General Secretary Sports and Games, I would try to use this event as an open IIT event, and then I would, if the response is good, I would take the sufficient feedback, and if the response is good, I would take a meeting in which the representatives of each and every halls will be present. In that meeting, if the decision is accepted in that meeting, I would propose the decision in the Executive Council meeting with approval of Sports Officer in charge and for the approval of President Technology Students Gymkhana to include this event in the Inter-Hall General Championship.
Parush, I have a question for you. Actually, you might have aware of that in PG Hall, the general election held in August last or September 1st. So during this period, the Open IIT events are held. So what will be your initiative to inform all the PG students that Open IIT sports is going on, or all these things?
Sir, if elected as General Secretary Sports and Games, I would ensure that the tentative dates of all the events that I would be conducting throughout my tenure are fixed at the start of my semester. I would ensure that all these tentative dates are well distributed between all the postgraduate and research scholar students. I would take the help of general secretaries of respective halls of residence. Along with that, I would also take the help of secretaries of various subcommittee, and I would ensure that these dates are known by most of the postgraduate students. I believe that this would definitely increase the participation of the postgraduate and research scholar students in various activities or events which are conducted by the Technology Students Gymkhana.
September. Before that, Open IIT badminton, different sports are already held. So how you will inform the PG student that these sports or Open IIT is going on, or because there is no sports secretary or anything before that time.
So can you please be specific about which elections are held in September?
Our hall election, we are selected through hall election, you might know that. So the hall election generally held in September, starting of September. Before that Open IIT, different sports like badminton or squash, different sports are generally held. So how you will inform our hall without a secretary?
So as I told you, I will take the help of secretaries of respective subcommittees of Technology Students Gymkhana to well publicize the events that are being conducted by the Technology Students Gymkhana. I will also publicize it through the help of social medias and by the posters that would be attached in your respective halls of residence.
Parush, why did you swap your hall to Meghnad Sir?
So I swapped my hall to Meghnad Hall of Residence because I have the right, according to the hall management center, to swap it to Meghnad Hall of Residence. I was always very fascinated about the sporting culture at Meghnad Hall of Residence.
So basically shifting from one hall to other shows that you're not committed to a particular hall. So how can we ensure that you will be committed to the post of General Secretary Sports and Games?
So as I said, Hall Management Center has already given a right to all the students of IIT Kharagpur to swap their halls and to mutually swap their halls in whichever they are wishing during the second years. So I swapped my halls and I was very fascinated about the sporting culture of Meghnad Hall of Residence.
I have asked you specifically. You have repeated the first answer only. I am asking you again. If you cannot show commitment towards a particular hall, how can we expect the commitment from you for the post of General Secretary Sports and Games?
So I already showed my commitment towards Meghnad Hall of Residence by being a part of tennis, dramatics, and also the bronze-winning inter-hall elimination team of Meghnad Hall of Residence.
Please tell me the names of temporary coaches of squash and table tennis.
So the names of the temporary coaches of squash and table tennis are written in my diary. I can show it to you.
Please do so.
Parush?
Let him answer the question, then you can move on.
Sir, I don't have my diary with now, but I can show it to you after the statement of purpose as soon as possible.
Let's move on to the next question.
Parush?
I think he's not supposed to lie in public forum.
Parush, are you aware you're perjuring yourself in a public forum here? So can you please repeat your question? Are you aware that you're perjuring yourself in a public forum here? Contesting for the post of General Secretary Sports and Games, which is very coveted. Yes sir, I'm fully aware of that. I'm contesting for the post of General Secretary Sports and Games and I'm standing on a public platform. Are you proud of the fact of what you're doing here? So I said I have written it in my diary and I can come back to you after the statement of purpose.
Actually, he said that he has the information. Let's move on to the next question.
Parush, only 2 inter-IT female players participated in the lawn tennis tournament in Inter-IT Kanpur. Don't you think you have failed as a secretary lawn tennis?
No ma'am, I request you to please restrain yourself from making such allegations. I performed my duties well. There was a team for Inter-IT lawn tennis participating in the 51st Inter-IT sports meet at IIT Kharagpur, but the captain of the team faced a knee injury 2 days before the Inter-IT sports meet, so that it was recommended to her by the doctor that she could play for the 51st Inter-IT sports meet at IIT Kharagpur.
You have conducted a lawn tennis workshop in which 28 women participants were there and you could not manage 2 or 3 players extra. Even after you came to know about the injury well beforehand.
Ma'am, please correct your facts. I conducted the workshop on 27th of February 2017. Before that, as we had a team, but the captain of the team could not play as she faced a knee injury 2 days before the inter-IT sports meet. So it was not possible. All the probables were sent back to their homes as it was the end time, and we had to play the entire tournament with the help of 2 players who played exceptionally well during the inter-IT sports meet.
Parush, match was scheduled for only 5 days, but it was carried on for 6 days. Is this a lack of planning and mismanagement on your part?
Sir, first of all, I conducted a sporting event by 3 in Meghnad's Hall of Residence, which faced an overwhelming participation of 648 students, which was far above the expectations of the coordinators of my 3. Apart from that, we informed all the participants of my 3 on the first day itself that the tournament would be shifted by the duration of 1 day. Also, I had a consent from the warden of Meghnad's Hall of Residence regarding the duration of the event.
What are the last questions?
Parush, could you list out the sporting activities that are taking place in IIT Kharagpur apart from the ones included in the inter-general championships?
So there are various sporting activities which are taking place in IIT Kharagpur. Can you please be specific about those sporting activities?
List out the sporting activities taking place in IIT Kharagpur apart from the ones that are in the inter-hall general championships.
And please don't tell
So there are sporting activities like skating and karate which are being organized by Technology Adventure Society and being organized by the Students Gymkhana, which are not presently included in the inter-hall general championship.
I would like to correct you here, you missed out on snooker.
Sir, there are various sporting activities, as I said earlier, which if there is a list of that, I cannot, if there is a huge list of that, which I cannot say.
This list in your diary.
Actually, the game is billiards, not snooker. I have 3 proposals which I would like to implement if elected as General Secretary, Sports and Games, Technology Students Gymkhana. Proposal 1. I propose to revolutionize this field of sports by introducing new awards for all the players who perform really well, giving maximum efforts in sports and bringing laurels to the institute from various competitions including the inter-IT sports meet. Proposal 2. I propose to conduct a postgraduate and research scholar sport week under the shade of Technology Students Gymkhana. This will help to identify the talented players in research scholars and postgraduates. Proposal 3. I propose to initiate a triathlon event under Technology Students Gymkhana, which would be open to all the students of IIT Kharagpur. Triathlon would comprise of 3 continuous and sequential endurance disciplines, namely swimming, cycling and running. I would like to discuss on my proposal 1. I propose to revolutionize the field of sports by introducing new awards for all players who perform really well, giving maximum efforts in sports and bringing laurels to the institute from various competitions including the inter-IT sports meet. There are a lot of players who practice regularly but put their best efforts and bring laurels to the institute from various competitions including the inter-IT sports meet, and they need to be appreciated and encouraged with some recognition. Creating a sporting and competitive environment would definitely motivate them to practice more diligently and improve the regularity as well as the performance of the players during the inter-IT practice sessions, thus improving the performance of IIT Kharagpur in the inter-IT sports meet. Current scenario. Currently, the Gymkhana provides the following individual awards in the field of sports and games: Bhandarkar Cup, Alumni Cup, Institute Blue, Honorable Mention, Special Mention, Ankit Dhar Trophy. These are the awards awarded annually at the end of academic session to the students who have brought laurels to the institute from various competitions, considering the best players regardless of their sports. What I have planned to do. I plan to introduce 2 new categories of awards. They are the Best Freshers Awards for men and women, Top 20 Sports Person, that is the best player in each of the 20 sports. Best Player of the Month, which will be declared monthly during the 4 months leading up to the inter-IT sports meet. Using the Best Player of the Month leaderboard of the top 20 persons would be recognized. Also, I propose to modify the criteria of awarding the Alumni Cup. Modification in the criteria of Alumni Cup. Factors to be considered for Alumni Cup: inter-IT performance, outstation tour performance, player of the month points, inter-hall performance, captaincy, leadership, march past attendance. Weightage of the following factors: inter-IT 50%, outstation tour 5%, player of the month 20%, inter-hall 50%, 15%, leadership 5%, march past attendance 5%. The marks of the inter-IT and outstation tour performance will be given by the Executive Council meeting on the basis of the subjective marking, considering medals, inter-IT records, goals, runs, wickets, or any other awards. Attendance of the march pass is also included because it is important in the process of team building and symbolizes the team spirit.
We can start with the question.
Parush, why haven't you used the institute logo in your first phase of proposal while the other candidates have done so?
Sir, I have authorized my proposals from the respective authorities of Gymkhana, which includes the sports officer in charge, physical training instructors, as well as the current general secretary, sports and games.
Parush, actually, if you know, there is a current system.
Excuse me, I have a follow-up on this. So, the names which you mentioned, aren't they part of this institute?
Sir, I believe they are the part of the institute, they are the crucial part of this institute, but I have taken proper authority from them about this before proposing this in this platform. Also, I met them discussing them about all the proposals, and they have given me an approval that these proposals can be successfully implemented in IIT Kharagpur.
Parush, there is a current award system in IIT Kharagpur. How is your this proposal is different from the current system?
Sir, in my proposal, I propose to introduce 2 new awards, which is Best Freshers Award for men's and women's, and top 20 persons, that is the best player in each of the 20 sports. The current awards which are present in the institute are 6 in sports and games, which includes the Bhandarkar Cup, Alumni Cup, Institute Blue, Honorable Mention, Special Mention, and Ankit Dar Trophy. These awards which I mentioned would definitely motivate the players and encourage them to come for the practice regularly, and this would definitely improve the performance of IIT Kharagpur in the inter-IT sports meet.
Parush, what do you know about the history?
Parush, you have modifications for the current existing criteria for the Alumni Cup. Have you contacted any PTIs or officials of the Gymkhana who approve this kind of change in criteria?
Sir, about this proposal, I spoke with the physical training instructor, Mr. Somen Mandal, and the current general secretaries as well as all the PTIs. They said me that if I need to implement this in the executive council meeting, it would definitely be accepted. I have a positive feedback on this.
Parush, what do you know about the history? Parush, what do you know about the history and origin of Bhandarkar Cup?
So about the history and origin about the Bhandarkar Cup, I have it in my diary. I can show it to you right now.
Parush, first of all, what is the criteria of assigning 70% cut-off marks for the monthly performance? Can you tell me the distribution of that 70%?
So the criteria for assigning 70% in the player of the month award is completely authorized to the respective physical training instructor. By the performance, I mean the improvement in the performance that the player is showing during his regular practice sessions.
So I have a follow-up. So let's say the concerned physical training instructor is confused between 3 players. So how will he select one of them?
So as I said, it is the responsibility of the physical training instructor to decide to give the particular marks and to the respective sports person.
Parush, what is the motivation?
We've already done the question. We're out of time. Don't overrule the moderator. We're out of time. So thank you, Parush.
Thank you, sir.